All right, Algebra 2, I've got to dig deeper with you in Lesson 2-4. This is one we did actually as a startup, and we didn't get through it really well, so I want to talk about it again. These integers. Find all sets of 4 consecutive integers. Consecutive integers are x, x plus 1, x plus 2. We need 4 of them, and we're going to go ahead and find the sum of 4 consecutive integers. Well, 4x's plus 6. And then it says it's between 10 and 20. So remember, we have to solve these separately. So I'm going to set up one over here and set up the other one right next to it and solve. Subtract 6, divide by 4. So x is greater than 1. Subtract 6, divide by 4. So x is less than, that was a 4, 7 halves. Now if I look at this, 1, 2, 3, 7 halves is here at 3.5. But the key word is integers. If I had to graph integers, sorry, that's the bell, x does not equal 1. It can equal 2. It can equal 3. Well, 7.5 isn't even an integer. Remember, integers are positive and negative whole numbers. So the only answers that I have are 2 and 3. But here's what it says. It says find all sets of 4 consecutive integers whose sum is between 10 and 20. Let's see if this makes sense. If I had consecutive integers, 2, 3, 4, 5, do those add up to be between 10 and 20? We're looking between 10 and 20. 5, yes, that would be 14. 3, 4, 5, 6, those add up to be 18. So my 2 sets of numbers would be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, some other things that we are missing or need to go over. In this case, if I was to solve the absolute value of x is less than 0, I need my positive side and my negative side. Well, there is no negative 0. This is saying x is less than 0. If I had to graph this, x is not equal to 0, but it is less than and greater than. This is one of those things where we have to check, and I can't say it enough, check your work. If I plug in a negative 1 here, well, 1 is never less than 0. That can't work. Negative 2 can't work. Negative 3 can't work. What if I plug in a positive 1? Positive, none of those work. So in this case, since nothing works, it will be no solution. Moving on to some of those harder questions. This one got fuzzy on me. I'm going to quickly go over questions like this because I just want to show you that this is an absolute value. I know an answer to an absolute value will always be positive. But notice it's greater than. Can a positive be greater than or equal to a negative number? Yes, we can solve this every single time, but I know that all of the numbers that are coming out of this absolute value right here are going to be positive. And positive numbers will always be greater than or equal to a negative number. So this one would be all solutions. Again, once you solve it, please check your work. Check, check, and check again. I want to get you guys to the point where you're paying attention to detail like this. Oh, absolute value, that's a distance. Distance is always positive. All right, on that same note, let's go ahead and look at what if I have the absolute value, let's say it's 3x minus 1, is less than a negative 6. On that same note, is an absolute value which is always positive, ever going to be smaller than a negative number? So again, you want to find the detail in the questions. Remember, absolute value is always positive. That's not the definition, but it is. So in this case, it would be no solution. No solution, you're provided a graph. Remember, you will not put anything on that graph. So if you're provided a graph that looks like this, don't write a no solution symbol, just leave it blank. Great job.